everybody, and welcome to Ride On 2. I'm Chappy, and today I want to talk about risk. It's something that if you're going to ride a motorcycle, you have to accept some form of risk. Because even if you are a perfect rider, you do all the right things, there are enough drivers out there in cars that are distracted. They're on their phones. They don't follow the laws. I mean, it seems like nowadays laws were meant to be broken. That old adage. So you have to be proactive in the way you ride in order to mitigate some of that risk. And there are ways to mitigate the risk. Wearing all your gear, riding defensively. Every time you throw your leg over the bike, you're making a choice, and that choice depends on the decisions you're making. Are you wearing a helmet? Are you wearing a jacket, gloves, boots, pants? And that's just the gear part. How do you ride? Do you ride wheelies down the street? Do you weave in and out of traffic? Do you ride over the speed limit? Every one of these things is going to increase your risk of being in an accident. And quite frankly, the more risk you're willing to take, the better the chances are that you're going to be in a fatal accident. Especially riding without your gear. And I'm not here to preach you that you have to wear all your gear all the time. I do, that's my choice. If I crash, off, wipe out, whatever you want to call it, I am wearing the protection that is going to hopefully limit the damage to my body. I would rather spend $200 on a jacket than 2 months trying to heal from road rash. And I've seen some of the pictures of the road rash. I don't usually look at that stuff because I don't want to see what it's like. Don't want to remind myself. I just, wear my gear. That's me. Everybody's different. The thing I want to talk about the most, though, is it's not just you. You are not the only one that has to deal with your choices. All of your friends, loved ones, those that care about you, are going to go through a traumatic experience if you have a motorcycle accident. You choose to not wear your gear or to ride like you're on a racetrack, even though you're not. You're accepting greater risk, and you're making your loved ones accept that risk as well. Because when you get in an accident, they are the ones that are going to have to help feed you, change your bandages, and that sort of thing. They're going to go through trauma as well. So I just want everybody to think about when you're going out for a ride, it's not just you that is going to be affected by your crash. And I know it'll never happen to me, it'll never happen to me. Well, yeah, that's what they all say. And I'll tell you a story. Last summer, we went to the motocross track for the first time in the spring. And the bike was running good. It was great. And I started riding faster and faster and faster. And everything was perfect. Nothing's going to happen. Everything's perfect. till I went over a jump, and I over jumped the jump, landed in a soft spot, and when I landed in the soft dirt, the bike slowed down. I did everything right. I landed flat, I landed with the gas on, but when I landed in the soft stuff, almost like a mud, it gripped the tires and it slowed the bike down. Well, my body did not slow down, and I went over the handlebars, landed on my back. No big deal if I was 20 or 15, 16. But at my age, landing on my back and knocking the wind out of me, the muscles in my back decided to start revolting. Needless to say, after the crash, I didn't go back out on the track. And by the time we left and loaded up, I couldn't help load up. My friends had to load my bike into the back of the truck. I had all I could do to drive home. And I lost probably a half of my summer of riding my street bike because it'll never happen to me. There's other things out in this world that will cause you to get into a situation that you cannot control. Life is not one big video game that, oh well, I'll just hit the reset button. It doesn't happen that way. If I made just one person think and change the way they think about riding, then it was worth the time and effort to make this video. If you like what you heard here, please give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down in the corner. And until next time, ride safe, ride often, and ride on too.